What if I told you that staying up late, even when you're just dead tired, isn't a sign of laziness? What if it's actually a sophisticated act of psychological self-preservation? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the hidden reasons why so many of us sacrifice our sleep.
Okay, let's just dive right in. Picture this with me. It's midnight. You've somehow managed to navigate a whole day of deadlines, social stuff, and a to-do list that never seems to end. Your bed is calling your name, promising that sweet, sweet relief of sleep.
And you can feel it, right? Deep in your bones. Your eyes are heavy, your muscles are just done. Every single signal your body is sending you is screaming, go to bed, recharge.
The emails have finally stopped pinging. The kids are asleep. The constant demands of the day have just melted away. I mean, it is the absolute perfect environment for rest.
But instead, there you are, on your phone, mindlessly scrolling through things you'll forget by morning. Or maybe you're just sitting there, staring into space. Why? Why do we do this? What is really going on in our minds at that moment? Now, you've probably heard the usual advice if you've ever talked about this. People tell you to just put your phone away, that you have bad time management, or that you just need more discipline. So frustrating, right?
But you know what? Psychology gives us a completely different, and frankly, a much more compassionate answer. This isn't about laziness. It's very often a highly evolved coping mechanism. It's a flashing red light from your brain that's saying, hey, we're overwhelmed here. It's a signal, not a character flaw.
So let's break down the three big psychological reasons this happens. First, reclaiming your time. Second, what I like to call the mind's night shift. And third, a deep craving for quiet.
All right, first up, and this one is huge. It's this desperate need to reclaim your own time. And this all comes down to a fundamental human need we all have for autonomy.
So, what is autonomy? It's simply that feeling that you're the one steering your own ship, that you're in control of your life and your choices. And trust me, it is absolutely essential for our mental well-being.
This slide just lays out the cycle so perfectly. During the day, your time isn't really your own, is it? It belongs to your job, your family, your to-do list. Your brain feels this lack of control and instinctively starts to push back. And that leads to what psychologists sometimes call revenge bedtime procrastination. You get revenge on your demanding days by carving out a little time from your sleep.
So the really crucial point here is this. You aren't actually avoiding sleep. You are trying, whether you realize it or not, to extend the only part of the day where nobody expects anything from you, where you are finally completely in control.
Okay, now for our second reason, which often goes hand in hand with that need for autonomy. Your mind is literally working a night shift to process the day's emotional backlog. The technical term for this is rumination. Think of it like this. All day long, while you're dealing with people and stressful events, your brain is minimizing all these little emotional tabs. It just can't process them in the moment. So when the world finally gets quiet, your brain starts opening them all back up. And this is what that feels like. You suddenly find yourself replaying a conversation from work, trying to figure out what someone's tone of voice really meant. You're asking yourself, did they judge me for that? Or, oh man, did I say something wrong? Your mind isn't just wandering, it's actively trying to solve all the social puzzles of the day. I think this quote just frames it perfectly. This late-night mental replay isn't some bug in your system, it's a feature. Your brain is doing the really important work of organizing your emotional world.
And you know, that leads directly into our third major reason. A deep, almost biological craving for quiet. A real quest for sensory peace. A lot of people who do this have a trait known as high sensory processing sensitivity. Now, this isn't a disorder, it's just a trait. It simply means your brain takes in more data from your environment. Subtle shifts in tone, background noises, other people's energy, and it doesn't filter it out as easily as other people's might.
And because you're processing so much more information, your nervous system gets overloaded much, much faster. By the end of the day, you're just in a state of social burnout. And the only way your brain can truly recover and reset is when all that input finally stops. The silence of the late night isn't empty. It's like a healing balm for an overstimulated mind.
So, when we put all three of these pieces together, the need for autonomy, emotional processing, and sensory quiet, we arrive at a really powerful conclusion.
And I want to be perfectly clear about this. If this behavior sounds like you are not broken, you're not lazy, and you are not undisciplined.
Your late nights are a signal. They're a message from your mind and your body, telling you that you're overwhelmed, that you're lacking control, or that you just desperately need some quiet time to process your world.
This isn't self-sabotage. In a way, it's actually a form of self-preservation. You are fighting for a sense of freedom and sanity and peace in the only time of day that feels truly, completely yours.
So the next time you're awake at 2 a.m., instead of feeling guilty, try asking yourself this: what is my late night trying to tell me? Am I craving more freedom, more time to process things, or just more peace? Listening to that answer, that might be the very first step to getting truly restful sleep.
Subscribe to Missing Layer right now, because once you understand how your mind actually works, you stop fighting yourself and start working with it. Please like and share this video, and I will see you in the next one.